Bring on the people. We
Yeah.
love the people.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our undisclosed Orkney tasting that may or may not be entirely made up of Highland Park. Um, I think the impetus for this was all the different Orkney bottlings that we've been seeing lately. Just to dive right into things, you can take a look at our webpage and stuff for tastings. I figure we'll just get going on this one. Um, So hopefully you have your 7 bottles poured. With me is Harmony tonight. Andrew's on vacation. My name is Evan. I'm with Kensington Wine Market. So we're starting with the Cask Orkney 15-year-old, 3 different Old Orkney bottlings, which are put together by Decadent Drinks and Angus McRailed. Uh, and then we're finishing on 3 Signatory bottlings, 2 kind of sister casks from the 100 proof range, and then a Signatory cask strength version, the latest version of their Orkney HP, which we used to get at a 18-year-old version, but now we're getting it at a 19-year-old version from our first fill sherry cask. Um, I kind of put this lineup together or tasting line like in the tasting order together on a whim, just trying to keep the old Orkneys together and then try and figure out a spot or what should go first on the signatories. I honestly haven't tried any of these yet, so I'm looking forward to doing this lineup with you. It's been ages since I've had the 80 Rattray Cask Orkney, I think, and I might have had one of the old Orkney bottlings a ways back, but it has been a while. But yeah, so Highland Park, as I said, it's the most prominent distillery on the Orkney Isles. The only other one that's currently producing whiskey that we can get access to here and there is Scapa. And even Scapa, there is few and far between bottlings of it. We did have a fantastic bottling of Gordon MacPhail's Scapa last year that was in our whiskey calendar. That was stunning. And I know there are a lot of people that sort of seek out Scapa because of its slightly more honeyed and less peated style than Highland Park. So let's dive in and start talking about Cask Orkney from AD Rattray. This is a 15-year-old. This bottling has been on the market, or a style of this bottling has been on the market for quite a while. They did used to have a no age statement version, and then they brought out the 15. I kind of think they had an 18-year-old for a while here and there as well, but it's been a while since I've seen that. The 15 is the only currently available one. So starting at a nice, easygoing 46% alcohol before we get into the North 50 stuff for the rest of the lineup here.
Quite floral.
Yeah, does have that, what I would say is that typical sort of honey heather light, sort of like embers of peat coming out for me. It noses like I'm just getting the barest hint of speed peat, where it's going to be that sort of spicy build of peat on the palate, but maybe I'll be wrong about that. Mhm. More spicy than peaty on the palate. I would still guess that this is, oh, nice white pepper on the nose, says Chris. But not as peaty as I expected. We've had a decent amount of Society Highland Parks, and Chris knows about this as well. So does Harmony, where the peat sometimes is not showing on the nose, but then it kind of comes on the palate and finish. This is
Hmm.
very light on the peat for me.
I would agree. I find it very floral. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, you definitely get that signature kind of heather uh from it. And then the finish has got some like, yeah, like soft fruits, stone fruits, and pepper. Chris nailed it with the white pepper notes.
Yeah, yeah, that is a really good call. That white pepper does stick around on the palate as well. Um, I'm kind of shocked at how little peat is there. there is on this. Highland Park itself, a lot of what they produce will be on the little to no peat side of things. The barley that they source, the peat spec is little to none, if I remember correctly on it. But then they do have their own floor maltings, which I think can account to up to 20% of their production, but not much more than that. Uh, where they do a more peated spec, and then they tend to blend that in with their own whiskey when they're making their batches for the cask strength, the 12, the 15, the 18, et cetera, et cetera. Um, I don't think they blended at birth, distillate wise, but I could be wrong on there. But maybe that's why this one isn't so peaty. Chris says he really likes this one. It's a good starter. Has that really nice ozone sort of coastal note to it. Not it's salty, but not overly salty.
Hmm.
Still getting that floral notes, nose and palate wise.
Yeah, this is quite lovely.
Touch of honey there. That pepperiness sticks around. Um, just a hint of like a chili pepper note to it. Not heavy, heavy, but kind of like going into like you're getting the jalapeno note in a sauce or dressing without the spice.
Mm. And I'm getting like a really stale Maltesers note.
Nice. That's a good call.
Stale and far away.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
We don't see a lot of um, AD Rattray bottlings that I think
Yeah.
I would describe even as notable these days, but it's kind of nice to see this one sticking around.
Yeah. So that's a really good call. And for those of you that have been around in the loving Scotch for a while, you'll remember a time when Alberta had a lot of 80 Rattray bottlings under a long ago previous importer that is no longer in existence, unfortunately. But they had some fantastic bottlings. They had some fantastic single casks that were
Yeah.
bottled just for the Alberta market, either for Willow Park or through their own brand. Willow Park had a couple different ones for a while. There was a Kalila that was bottled just for Alberta that was stunning in
Mm.
the 17, 18-year-old range. And 80 Rattray does have a distillery that's quietly operating as well that we haven't seen anything on this side of the pond from yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
just trying to remember the name of it. I'll have to look that up later. They were bottled under or they did bottle under the Stronach name, which they owned the trademark to as well. That was sourced Ben Rinnes that they used for that, for all those different bottlings in the 10 and the 18 lineup. Probably no wonder that Andrew didn't enjoy those ones. But
Yeah.
but the Stronach range was actually quite good, and it did have some followers. But those again have dropped by the wayside, and surprisingly, even though they own the trademark, they did not name the distillery Stronach, probably because it was put in a different area. But to be continued, maybe we'll come back on that, or maybe we can get somebody like Chad GPT to dive in and find the info on us for us while we're presenting here. Chris says the finish is a little drying. It is, and it's not a lengthy finish, I would say. Like it's got this sort of creaminess to it, this spice more than smoker peat,
Hmm.
that floral note, but it's just a really good starter whiskey.
Yeah.
Let's go on to number two and get into the Old Orkney range.
Yeah, I'm excited to revisit these. We've
Mhm.
tried a couple splashed in other tastings here or there, but we've never done them side by side. Uh,
Yeah. So this, the Old Orkney brand is owned by Decadent Drinks now. Decadent Drinks being Angus McRail's company that he built or started to bottle his whiskey sponge range that turned into Whiskey Land, and bottles the Equinox and Solstice range as well as just Decadent Drams bottlings as well. He's done Old Orkney bottlings since getting the trademark for that and sort of trying to recreate what he enjoyed about the style of Old Orkney itself. under different sort of sub brands that he owns. Because they've had a Decadent Drams one, they've had uh, I think they've had a Whiskey Land, and I think they had even had an Equinox and Solstice one, if I remember correctly. But Old Orkney as a brand, it was used to typically bottle Stromness distillery single malt after, and Stromness distillery was labeled as that. Stromness as a distillery in the Orkneys, it shuttered for the final time in 1927 and then was demolished in the 1940s, if I remember correctly. I've never had any Stromness myself, so I can't speak to how this stands up. But let's give the 19 and O's. And this one was bottled uh, for the importer in Canada, Igor slash uh, Heads and Tails. And Igor tends to have a very sort of old school, sort of like likes whiskey, knows why that's in plain casks or refill casks that's not going to be overly heavy and kind of like Angus tends to be simpatico on liking the more distillate driven whiskeys that have some age to them. So 19 years old for this guy. Pull up the label here as well.
Yeah, the label's pretty nice. Nice
Yeah.
ABV on this as well, 58.7. And
Yeah.
that's a refill hogshead, so very kind of just a nice vessel to hold the whiskey and not imparting a ton of flavor or additional flavors, I should say, like from a wine cask. These are the styles that I'm partial to.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's
the you can see the label there. It is a pretty cool label, and that's Angus on the left, Igor Kosov on the right, sharing their passion together on the label for both older bottlings of whiskey and vinyl. They're both big music fans. Igor Kosov's son is actually a musician and releases stuff that's available on Spotify. I'll have to find the name for everybody later on in the chat, but um, does some pretty cool music in his own right, mostly electronic driven, if I remember correctly. There's a close up of the label. We've been lucky that Angus McRail seems to enjoy working with Canadians. We've gotten a single cast from him. Kurt's Club, the Dram Initiative, has had two different bottlings from Angus at this point. And Igor, of course, is always going to get in on the action when he can as well.
Yeah, I'm going to echo the chats here again with the very malty nose on this.
Yeah, some like a bit of meatiness, but like a minty menthol note to it as well.
I would say I think it's the first, like I smelled the first four, and they all have a very similar nose for me.
Hmm.
And my palate isn't the best these days. I've been fighting a cold, but
Hmm.
there's something very familiar and similar in each of them.
Makes sense. Yeah, definitely. This was a refill hogshead, if I remember correctly. Uh,
Hmm.
Chris is getting that menthol on the palate. This was distilled in 2005. And as Andrew put in the notes, almost certainly Highland Park. You could say that about all these, though.
I love the palate. It's got that nice
Oh,
peach and honey, and it's got a zing of like salt and alcohol that are matched for
yeah,
me.
each is a good call. There is like a direct correlation between this and the Cask Orkney. Like
Yeah.
it even has that's texturally, they're the same when they hit the palate. Just
Hmm.
higher ABV on this one.
Yeah. Again, not a lot of
Reminiscent of
smoke.
Viking toothpaste. Nice. That was a good SMWS bottle.
Yeah. It's not very peated. It's coastal, I would say.
Yeah. It does get a bit more of that earthy spice and like a bit of a chili oil slash habanero spice note to it on the heat wise on the finish for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And it has what Highland Park single cast, especially the SMWS ones get. There was one years ago called volcanic ashtray or volcanic something. But it had this spicy peaty bill that just kept on going and going and going, and I get a bit of that on the finish here.
I would agree. It's definitely building and it's building a little like
Yeah.
smokehouse that's like smoking fish, like drying
Mm,
fish. Um, just a little bit, like even some notes of like oysters, smoked
yeah.
oysters on here.
Yeah, a little bit of a touch of the calamari from Nico's actually, where he puts the banana peppers and stuff on it as well.
Very cool. Yeah, it's just in the
Yep.
finish. Like it's you just have to
Yeah.
wait and let the palate just carry on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, still lightly coastal. Like it does have some saltiness and but it's more ozony and ozone driven than like full on like buckets of salt in there.
Second sip for me, the palate feels more peated, feels more, I don't know, more on the smoky side.
Hmm.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Like Chris said with the cask Orkney, it is drying on the finish again. Like
It
there is
is.
some juiciness there, but my palate is dry after the finish there.
I would agree it's drying, but luckily it's not a short finish.
No.
Um, but I can, it's kind of surprising for how high the alcohol is that it can just
Yep.
feel so dry so kind of soon after taking a sip. But it's very cool.
Still SMWS chat in the lineup in the chat there. I like it. Uh, yeah, it makes sense that that was a 93. 93 gets or Glen Scotia gets all the best society names, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We got five more here. We'll
Yep.
see.
Yeah. Glad those went side by side. I think those work really well together so far.
I don't know,
Let's
man. Midnight Pantry Raid was probably a pretty epic name.
yeah, well, if they had given me a 93, I still would have called it that.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's try the Old Orkney 21, and I'll pull it up here. So a lot of the Old Orkney bottlings that we've seen are either odes to the Orkney Isles themselves or odes to old bottlings of Old Orkney. This one, I believe, is more an ode to Orkney itself. I'll bring up my picture here. So on most of the Old Orkney bottlings, he uses that sort of more curved. I kind of think of it as like a cognac bottle, because that's what they uses for the cognac sponge and Armagnac sponge bottlings as well.
Mhm.
Um, so you get that sort of more gentle curve on the neck that flows into the rest of the bottle. Makes it slightly taller as well. This one's 52.9% alcohol from a 2003 or a marriage of 2003 Wilt refill hogshead with a 1999 first fill ex Bodega sherry butt. And this, if you can see where my mouse is showing here, that O.O, that's sort of like iconic to the Old Orkney brand. Um, and you see that on the Old Orkney bottles, typically somewhere. That's why he was using the double O's to talk about a boot and how Canadians say that on the last one as well. Um, and the sheep is branded with the batch release. This is of Old Orkney, I guess, with this as being the third batch release or release that he's done for the Old Orkney brand. Still very distillate driven, despite the addition of a first fill ex bodega sherry butt there.
Mhm. There was a nice like browned butter and like homemade butterscotch note. That was like my very first note
Mhm.
when I picked this up.
Brown butter is a really good call. Almost going into like a super rich lobster bisque territory.
Hmm.
Reminds me of the like the smelling the lobster bisque at the Petroleum Club when I worked there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like smoke, ashiness, kind of that
Yeah.
campfire style peat.
Yeah, smokier on the nose than the last two, I would say.
Oh, big time.
Still lightly coastal, like it's not like just buckets and buckets of ocean spray and salt on the nose, but it's there.
There's
Still
this like
has that sort of like hot amber still burning away in the or glowing away in the campfire note for on the nose for me as well.
it has those like hints of like those dried orange and grapefruit slices that you get on your cocktails.
Ooh, yeah.
Like
Ooh, that's
it's
good
like on an
palate.
orange smoked old fashioned.
Mhm. This gets into more like the coastal notes come out a bit more on the palate for me. Yeah, you got that. It's a bit more coastal. It's
Mm,
almost got like you're licking rocks.
definitely.
Notes of minerality to it,
Yep,
or oyster shells if you prefer.
right. Yeah.
Little bit of graphite and pencil shavings to it as well.
I was just gonna say it's like when you're like chewing on the back of your pencil.
Yeah, it's got touches of the last Highland Park we just had in the February outturn, actually, the 20-year-old.
Oh, interesting.
Chris is getting some notes of damp seaweed or kelp. Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. Almost like a clean sort of dried seaweed note, like the seaweed crackers or seaweed packs that you can get on the nose with a touch of sesame oil. That sherry cask definitely adds more on the palate than the nose. Like it's got this richness that comes along with it as well.
Hmm. That's really
St
nice.
yeah, still goes dry. Finish
Hmm.
is a lot longer though. And there's more complexity to it than the first two, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like that you get a little bit of those like black plum and like raisin notes just
Yeah,
kind of gently on the finish, wavering into some bitter chocolate and seaweed
yeah,
notes for me on the finish.
yeah. I could see that. Leaning into that sherry cask too, it does give a little bit more notes of what I used to see on the Highland Park 18, when it was at sort of the top of its form for what I recall, where you
Hmm.
get these apple pie notes. Like it's not heavy, but going back to the nose after tasting it, it reminds me if you've ever used a press to press apples for apple juice. We used to borrow somebody's like old school wooden press where you actually had to like almost like vice grip twist it to press
Yeah,
everything down.
yeah, yeah.
And you'd end up with these like thin like sheets of like mulched apple peel and stuff like that at the end, and wasps would just like bolt to it, and they'd be covered in bees and wasps as you were pressing the next apples. And it just
Absolutely.
reminds me of that musty bunch of skins and pith and just the wasp flying around it and everything as well.
Wow,
Mm,
that's kind of fun.
that's a
That's
favorite
really
so
good.
far for me.
Yeah, I remember loving this 21 when we tried it, whenever it was in a tasting. It was quite
I
good.
think we had it in a Highland Park tasting, if I remember correctly, or something like that. Like
I'm so spoiled.
in
I drink so much. I don't remember.
yep, yep. Yeah, I think it was in the tasting in 2025.
Oh
Maybe in
yeah,
the
it was
spring.
last year for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish our Old Orkney trilogy on the first time through and go to the Old Orkney 25. This one, I don't think I tried, but I could be wrong. This is only slightly more expensive than the 21.
Oh, it smells so much denser, and there's so much more
Cool.
of that sherry cask on here.
So this is 50.3% alcohol, from a 1999 maturation in plain refill wood, finished for 6 years in a first fill ex bodega Oloroso sherry butt.
Where do they get this plain wood from?
It's probably just what the name of the cask was because it had been used like 3 or 4 times already. Like what Glenfarclas does, where they call it a plain cask, or they used to call it a plain cask after it was used more than 3 times.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just meant to denote oak that just is not imparting anything anymore, really.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's got this like stewed apricot marmalade.
Oh, nice.
Really heavy.
I was going like different side of stew where it's got like stewed carrots and parsnips for me. Even a touch of bay leaf in there on the nose.
Oh, that's cool. I see where you're
Has a
going
bit
with
of
the
that.
savory.
Yeah. It still has a bit of that those apple skins again on there as well. Yeah, I am getting some stewed fruits in there as well. Just a touch of strawberry jam or even like a strawberry reduction in there too.
Man, this palette reminds me so much of a bottle we were talking about today.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
it has this like maple wood note. Um,
cool.
that reminds me of the Feather Karen 18, which is
Hmm.
Scottish oak.
Cool.
Yeah.
This has that sort of spicy build on the finish again. It's not like a high heat, but it's there.
Mm.
And a little bit of like shave like almond shavings or something in there as well on the finish. So gentle for 50.3 and for
Yeah.
peat.
I don't know. It's got like that kind of that stewed sherry note that walks the line for me. This is the type of
Yeah,
sherry Andrew loves.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think he would say this is like leaning into that kind of slightly warehouse
Yeah.
style, old sherry style.
I was gonna say at
Yeah,
some
like
point he would have said old school on
old
this.
school fruit and leather, pipe
Yeah,
tobacco kind of style. And he wouldn't be wrong, I think.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
this
Pipe
one,
tobacco.
is
Yeah, go
anybody
ahead,
else
Chris.
getting that this one is not quite, but almost on the border of being just a touch sulfured? Like it's not there, it's on its way there. For me, it
I
is.
could see like I wouldn't say sulfury, but like it's got a touch of like brimstone on
Yeah,
the
maybe
palate,
that's it.
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not into like rotten egg territory at all,
Yeah.
but
It's the analogy that I keep
Birthday
coming up with is like using cumin in your cooking, right? It's like
hmm.
two grains too much and it screws up your entire dish.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's where this thing is on that borderline.
yeah. I can see where you're going with that.
There is some like kind of dry, I think for me, it's part of the dryness of it,
Yeah,
and how it just coats the tongue. Um, some people like might say leather, or saddle, and then other people, perhaps wine palate people, it would be like, is this slightly corked? Because it
yeah,
has a little bit of that style of like that wet wood, wet cardboard note. But for me,
yeah.
it's not unpleasant. It's just part of um, what can happen with sherry casks for me.
Along with that, with the cork note, it has that sort of oxidized style to it, like where the whiskey has seen a lot of air already
Mhm.
and has kind of softened up because of it. And it even has a bit of that prickliness that sometimes comes with that on the palate. Not
Yeah,
to a point where it's I don't think it's faulted. I think it's just where the whiskey age is at.
I think so too. Like I I'm curious to know if this is natural ABV.
Yeah.
Um, if like that refill cask just didn't do anything, but would put it in this first fill sherry and it just kind of sucked everything up. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's and I don't think there's anything mentioned in what the strength is. Typically, Angus does say where if he's dropped it in strength, but at 50.3, it could be that matured in plain refill wood, like that was maybe not an entirely airtight cask.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe it did lose a little bit more ABV on that, and then with that cask transfer as well, would have lost some as well.
hmm I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if you on the chat feel differently. I feel like this 25 years seems like less expressive than the previous three that we've had. Um,
I
he's
think
wrong.
it's a
Tom's shaking
combination
a
of
fist. He loves it. This
yeah.
is great. All right. It's my palate, everyone. And for those watching in the future, I still have a cold.
I think it's a combination
Always
of being
whiskey.
less expensive, but also still like inviting at the same time.
Yeah. Or I'm just
I think
biased and I
it's
love that 21 so much that
yeah. This and the 21 are, I think are the ones that will uh reward going back to them the most so far,
cool.
but we'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah. I've actually been looking forward to trying the next two
Yeah.
because they're matured in casks you don't see very often, let
Yeah,
alone
and
an
I
Orkney in these casks.
both at the same ABV, and I essentially rolled the dice on which one was going to come first. Uh, so we're moving into the signatory range, and I don't know if this is still the case, but when Decadent Drams or Decadent Drinks and which one are we starting with? We're starting with the 59 and then going to the 58. When Decadent Drams first started, they were a lot of the casks, I think, were housed in signatory warehouses, and
Mhm.
they were using the signatory bottling line. I think he's got a pretty good friendship going with Andrew Symington there, and was able to use some of their operations or contract to use some of their operations for the bottling and stuff there as well. So there is a bit of a connection between the old Orkneys potentially and what we're going to try from Signatory now. I'm sure Angus sourced from cast from other places too, but who knows? Okay, so the 59 we are starting with. So both these next two are 14 years old from consecutive casts. We're starting on the 59, which was a first fill Palo Cortado sherry finish. Um, Started its life in a different cask, obviously, since this finish was finished in a first fill Palo Cortado cask. Palo Cortado is fairly rich, but also very, very dry style of sherry that starts its life essentially like a Fino sherry. Fino sherry starts with uh, it used to be unintentional, but now it's very intentional, sort of like injection of mold or a buildup of mold on top of the liquid in the cask. And what that does when it covers the liquid in the cask is essentially helps seal that liquid off from oxygen. So as the liquid level in the cask goes down in the sher with the sherry as it's maturing over time, the floor mold will still cover the top layer or what would be hitting direct air contact, so that the only air contact that the sherry is getting is through the porous wood itself, which is very much less than the surface area would get otherwise. Palo Cortado gets that mold as well, but it doesn't stay uh, completely impermeable to oxygen. It doesn't stop all oxygen contact with the liquid itself. So Palo Cortado gets very oxidative in style, and it also gets quite a bit drier and not quite as crisp as Fino Sherry does as well. Let's see what it does to the whiskey. Bottled at 100 British proof, so 57.1% alcohol, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah, Signatory currently has a range called 100 proof, which is kind of
Fantastic.
bottling things the way that they used to be, or at least how when ABV was being measured in a way it could be measured. It was just always told if it was mixed with gunpowder and lit on fire, it was British proofed to be at least 57.1%. So it kind of caught on, and now it's a bottling proof that people use kind of in ode to that British style of proofing. So they've been
Yeah.
fantastic. I agree. There's been some really good
Yeah.
ones. Um, they've done good Glenallachie and some Mortlacs I've enjoyed. Um, I think Andrew may have thought this could be a Scapa at one
Yeah,
point.
maybe, but they do put HP on in brackets on the as Signatory is known to do.
Oh, did they? They
Yeah.
bracketed
Yeah,
this
so
one. They
this
do
is
give
an
you clues.
Orkney HP 2011, age 14 years, and I think these are all Orkney HPs, so quietly designated Highland Park without saying the whole term, so they don't get in trouble on the label here.
Well, they've done that with other things like
Yeah,
M's and
mostly
G.
Edrington stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, mostly Edrington stuff.
yeah, but they did do GL, which we think is Glenlivet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Uh,
burnt
okay.
roast beef and leather. Yeah, that's a good call. There's just a touch of soapiness in there too, like the distillate just coming through still for me.
Like the cuts are off, just
Yeah,
like at the beginning of the cuts, or you're just trying to decide.
uh, Chris, you'll have to say what you think here, but I would guess sulfur might come into play on this one based on the nose.
Based on the palate as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
You
So,
got it on the nose and you just jumped right in to see if it was there. You
yeah,
couldn't help yourself.
no, it's
Well,
there.
that's a spicier dram. Not off-putting sulfur wise for me if it's there, but I'm getting more of that tanginess that sometimes comes along with it.
Yep.
Not going into full-on Lecheg tire fire rubberiness though.
Very few do.
Yeah, it takes a very special dram to do that. Uh, a little bit of cooking bacon on a cast iron pan on the nose right now for me.
That's a good call. I like that. That's where I'm getting that. I'm picking up that greasy meatiness from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Almost going into like the burnt ends
Yeah, I was
at
gonna say
Hayden Block territory.
there's some fattiness to this on the palate as well.
Yeah, I was thinking more like not slices, but hunks of like Tyrolean bacon.
Mm. I'm also getting quite a bit of like grassiness and floral notes, like just like
Yeah,
wisp of like dandelion and lemongrass.
yeah. It is almost like you just ran the lawnmower over a very like weedy patch of grass.
Mm.
That would be my lawn in St. Albert when I had it.
Yeah,
Tree roots and dandelions. Nothing
yeah.
else.
Went natural. I like it.
It wasn't intentional.
Mm.
Very leathery. It is dry, but there's this juicy acidity that comes along as well. A
This
little
is
bit
one that I
of
think I'm gonna
hmm,
like it a lot more when we go back to it. Like I like it now, but I
Yeah.
think it's going to improve in, with a 30-minute break or 20-minute break or whatever it is in the glass.
It's fun. Like it's a lot more boisterous than the old Orkney bottlings. Like especially
Mhm.
if you felt the 21 and 25 were a bit muted. Um,
Like I like the
it's
21 way better than the 25, but I find this
mhm.
one of the ones we've had so far this evening is probably the most complex and most layered.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Like there's a
Yeah, I'm
lot
getting
going on in this one.
it's got like some blackberry and blueberry jam, like a blueberry pie note even to it.
Yeah, I
The
can see
initial
that.
palate reminded me, not the flavor, but it just gave me this like a BC ice wine vibe.
Mm. It almost has that richness on the palate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, if I was drunk, somebody told me this was ice wine, I'd believe them.
Yeah. Yeah. You're using it to glaze your burger for some reason.
Something like that. Yeah. That's, yeah, this one's interesting. I think this one's the most interesting so far.
Cool. Well, let's try Cask 58 just to see if I got them in the right order or not, because I have a feeling I didn't.
I don't know. Well, this has a creaminess to it. I find on the nose. There's
Nice. Well, if it goes like bolder or sweeter, then I should be okay. We do not have a photo of this one. Just pretend it's a photo from 59 and then add a number 58 somewhere where you can't find it on the bottle.
perfect.
Uh, so part of the 100 proof lineup again, 2011 vintage again, one cask away, and this was finished in first fill Amontillado sherry. So Amontillado sherry being slightly richer than Palo Cortado. Doesn't go full on sweet, but it's more medium bodied in style as well. Not as big and bold as an Oloroso or a PX, but getting a bit more rich in style.
This has some cherry Halls cough drop notes for that are recently memorable.
Hmm.
It's definitely sweeter on the
Yeah,
nose.
a touch of like a lemon custard note to it for me, along with that creaminess.
Still getting those floral notes, and they've been signature, I think, through all of these. That
That's
flat
another thing that makes me
floral
think Highland
heathery.
Park. Yeah,
Sorry.
same with the heatheriness, but yeah, I haven't tried enough Scapa to really have like a very rich interpretation of it, I guess.
Hmm.
Mild Band-Aid note. Was that David Flavor Card? Was that on the last Highland Park or this one? Gotcha.
Yeah, it was right at the very end of them.
Nice. S- Going a bit into peppercorn sauce territory right now on the nose for me.
That's so
Ooh,
funny. In my mind, I was like, I don't like that note. I want floral and sweetness. And then I put my nose in and I was like, dang it, it's
yeah,
peppercorns.
I ruined it for you.
You got
Shoot.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
this is juicier than the last one. And it's like super juicy right up front before the spice comes in and a bit more dryness. Grassy for David, he says.
I agree with him.
Yeah, I'm getting that lawn clippings note again, but this is like the 2 or 3 day old lawn clippings, like dried out a bit, going
Mhm.
into like a little bit of hay bale and straw territory.
I'm getting like quite a bit of tropical acidity though for me. Like
Cool.
it's like grilled
Kiwis?
pineapples with like
Nice.
the top still on it or a little bit of skin. There's also some melon rind note.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, maybe a little bit of
green apple. I agree. There's some brightness to this right up front. I find there's quite a bit of acidity.
Maybe a bit of a luau going on where you've got the pineapple and ham together.
That's right.
It still has this meatiness to it, but it is much like more fruit driven, I would say, than the last one.
I agree. I really like this one. What is it? What number? 58.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, that's
ham and poblanos.
very cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one I like more. I think they're both quite good. A stupidly good price on both too. So
Oh, yeah.
these being the youngest bottlings in the lineup, younger than the Cask Orkney 15-year-old. These are 128. Both of them are 128 bucks.
Wow.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It's another thing we've liked about these Signatory 100 proof bottlings for sure.
There's like a bit of a, like, I don't know, there's something about the finish with the ABV where I wouldn't call it menthol, but there's like a cooling note
Yeah,
to the finish.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Fisherman's Friends?
Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's really
Or
anything, but it's like the
yeah,
just the way the ABV finishes in your throat and you like breathe out and it feels cool. Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Wintergreen. Let's call it wintergreen. It's not that strong, but
It's quite nice. I really like it.
Mhm. Yeah, me too. It's a toss up between, I think that one's like you could drink a lot of that one
Yeah.
easily. I think
Yeah.
the one previous is more like a ruminate on it and come back to it in a couple
Sure.
days kind of thing. But this is more of a like a session dram style wise with that juiciness to it.
Yeah. What I like about the 59 release is this is like the putter around the house and yard dram. Like you said, you want to come back
Yeah,
to it. You want to take your time. So you just pour a big fat
yeah,
glass and put it somewhere and you just walk around your house
yeah,
or your yard and you just keep coming back to it just to see what happens.
yeah. And then the 58 is the one that's in your coffee mug that
Yeah.
you're carrying around with you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go on to the other signatory for the last of the night, and then we'll run through them again just to see how things have changed. I've been excited. I haven't tried this one yet, but I've had a couple of the 18-year-old bottlings that were just utterly fantastic, in my opinion, price-wise. Did go into a bit more of that brimstone territory with some of those, but just gorgeously done, almost like a higher proof version of the regular Highland Park 18
Mhm.
but better. This is a signatory cast strength Orkney HP 19-year-old at 54.4% alcohol. So 5 years older than the last ones and 3.6%, no, 2.6% less ABV.
What? Okay. Well, doesn't smell lower. It's this one smells like I don't know, sticky and sweet, but also meaty at the same
It's got
time.
that pineapple thing going on
It
again.
does have that tropical pineapple luau vibes.
Yeah,
That's really lovely.
even going into like a not full on kiwi, but like a kiwi juice or something like that.
Cool. I'm now thinking of like Five Alive juice,
Yeah, like it knows it's like it's got that tanginess to it.
kind of. But then there's this like syrupy marmalade
Yeah,
that someone mixed into it.
yeah, it's kind of like you poured some Five Alive into your oatmeal.
Yeah. That floral note that it's still there. It's like really
Hmm.
nice floral. Mm.
There's this like there's this like I'm big and I'm rich and I'm just gonna settle in to this lazy boy sort of feel to it where it hits the palate. Not I'm big and I'm rich. I'm big and I'm lazy. Uh, and I'm tired, and I'm just going to put my feet up vibe to it. Wicked and lazy Samsa here, he says. I'll take it.
I agree. I mean, even the legs are lazy to start, and then they just like fall.
There's a more pronounced woodiness on the nose and palate for this one. You're getting into like cedar planks and like the wooden panels in a sauna notes to it.
Nice. The palate is more ashy or like
Mm,
tobacco cigar
yeah,
ash.
yeah.
And
Spicy, but the spice
and sweet.
is it's so round and sweet that the spice just it doesn't just attack.
Yeah. Sammy reading my mind. Tropical fruit, pineapple, syrupy, sweet, dusty, leather,
Yes.
cola, dark chocolate, heather.
Yeah. Yep.
It's all of
Well,
those
now we have
things.
nothing to talk about, Sammy. Thanks. You just nailed it all.
We need three more words. No.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
delicious.
Everett Long, love that heat at the end. It does have that sort of slight spice and heat build on the finish that I quite like from some Highland Park single casks.
It's heat
It
and
there's
dry.
a there it's that lazy boy though again where it's got that richness to it, but it's got this gentleness to
Hmm.
everything. Like the spice is there, but it's not over the top.
It's
It's
some
really
Mexican
sweet,
hot
but it's not
chocolate.
over the top. Mexican hot chocolate, nice.
Yeah, it's like kind of sweet and spicy on the end. I love the tannins, like that dryness that it has. Like it's sweet
Yeah.
but dry. I really like that. I like the feel. The finish is lovely.
A little bit of coriander now on the nose and palate.
Mm.
And weirdly a little bit of caraway, like just a seed, like just a little bit of like I'm trying to be licorice, but I'm not.
Hmm.
Mm,
That's very good.
yeah. Well, that did not, that might even be better than the 18-year-old ones that we had. Got the two 18-year-old signatory cast strength HPs before this.
Yeah, I agree. I
Uh,
feel like the year or the months
yeah,
in whatever wood this was, it just yeah, it has a different vocabulary than the other two.
yeah,
Yeah, very different.
yeah. Do it again, signatory, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this style of sherry where it's balanced with the malt, I think, and it just all seems to work. It bothers me so much when I drink a whiskey and it just tastes like sherry.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
And I think this is one of the reasons, again, that Highland Park is capable of playing in sherry really, really well because it has enough going on in the distillate typically, and with the bit of smoke and peat to hold its own. It's when you put it in an American oak sherry cask or something where it just gets a little bit too sweet, or maybe just the full on sherry season cask where it just doesn't get enough time, and the fruit notes are more aggressive and just take over everything else. Whereas
Yeah.
this is just really well integrated. This is again what I wish the 18-year-old official Baltings were like now.
Yeah, that would mean they'd have to use a lot less new oak.
Mhm. And probably charge even more.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think this is around what the price is for the 18 now. This is $325 for this bottle.
Oh, it's still cheaper.
Yep.
Hmm.
Wild.
It is.
Wow. Well, I think we tried to do a un unnamed or unknown Orkney tasting, but this was Seven Shades of Highland Park is my guess. Uh, could be wrong.
Yeah.
Let's let's I'm not going to call it a lightning round before we start the poll. We ran through that fairly quick, but I'm going to pour the rest of my drams because I kept half back. And then let's go through this lineup again. I think for better or worse, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think the Cask Orkney is going to be sort of a palate cleanser at this point.
Yeah. Um,
It is a good alternative to what the Highland Park 15 was, though, in my opinion. And still really well priced because it's like $110.
it still has that nice, like salty, heathery dryness on there. It's not
Nice.
as peachy as I remember, or even as honeyed as I remember. It's definitely like a touch drier, but still holds up on the nose.
Yeah, it has a bit more of there like with that honeyed note, it almost gets this uh whipped egg note, like avocat liqueur to me, and going into like a meringue territory as well.
Cool. Yeah,
Salty Play-Doh. Nice.
yeah, I had like salty taffy, saltwater taffy.
Maybe it's trying enough SMWS Highland Parks, but none of these ended up being as salty as I thought they would be.
None of them went into the malt vinegar fish and chips note.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that Take Me to the Chippy was the last one we tried too, from the SMWS. A little bit of Del Monte syrup for Chris, still delicious. Yeah, it holds up, and it definitely seems like a little bit more straightforward than the drams that we get into after this, but it's understandable. I mean, this is cut down to 46% alcohol.
It does still have a little bit of that like fruit cup juice, not syrup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, you could say syrup, but I don't think it's quite that syrupy.
almost a touch like going into applesauce uh,
Yeah, yeah,
on the palate for me.
yeah. And pears and
Yeah, pears is a good call. Chris says not complex, just easily drinkable. Agreed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and again for $110,
Oh,
uh, pretty happy with
wait,
that.
quince jelly
Nice, good
and
call.
heather and heather.
Okay, back to the Old Orkney trilogy, starting with the 19-year-old that was bottled just for Canada. Can still, I feel like I can still like see a direct progression from Old
No.
Orkney or the first cast Orkney to this one. Like they're both so like light on
hmm
the cast notes
hmm
and definitely more like ex-bourbon or refill.
Yeah, like they're so similar.
Oh
This
man,
is so juicy. This
so juicy.
Oh wow. I knew I liked this. This was on my table 2 festivals ago. And I remember I just kept pouring it for myself over and
Yeah,
over. Like
yeah. This
when
is not for you. This is for
someone
me.
would be
Yeah,
like, "What can I have then?" Like one for you, one for me.
that's
And
right.
it just like kept getting better. And at the end, I was like, "Yeah, like this is the best thing on my table right now."
Yeah.
And I mean, I usually
Uh,
have at least 15 things on my table, so
yeah,
that's
if
how
it's winning
good
out
this
of
is
all
brewed.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is fantastic.
Sammy saying this one benefited from time. I absolutely agree.
Hmm
Um, I think time and what we've had since as well, like the juiciness just like comes through in spades now on this one. It's got this nice spice that still sticks around as well. Um, the peat, whatever peat there was, is pretty much negligible at this point.
Yeah, yeah, it's gone. But there's still like a coastal and minerality note that comes
Yeah.
through on the palate, kind of chalkiness, which is really
Yep.
nice.
And just a touch of like a like grilled mushrooms in with just like black pepper on them. Like just that rich umami oiliness.
Very cool. Yeah, this is very good.
That absolutely holds up. Good job, Igor, for picking that one.
Yeah.
Back to the Old Orkney 21.
Oh, this nose is so beautiful.
It's gone more maple driven,
Hmm.
like not just like maple syrup, but like just maple in general,
Yeah,
maple wood. Like it's got the maple scent without just going, it's syrupy, but not full on syrupy.
that's right. Yeah. It's the maple you played with at school when you just like pour it into the snow and you gotta like roll it up with a toothpick or popsicle
Nice.
stick.
Nice.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's gone a bit waxier too. Like there's
Hmm.
just a touch of like a saltwater taffy note in there.
Like this should be a candle too. Like,
Yeah. Well, and like a hint of like sarsaparilla or even those root beer gummy candies.
yeah, yeah. I mean, even correlating to the last note, someone wrote Sammy wrote cola, and it's showing here
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Oh, the, pardon me. The palette isn't as big as I thought it would be this time around, but
Hmm.
it's more probably because my palate's like getting amped up by everything else. So this one's coming off as muted, but there's still this. I've got a feeling based appreciation of it more than a flavor based appreciation for it. Like texturally and the heat that it gives, I really enjoy.
Hmm. Yeah, there's some heat on it, and like slightly vegetal. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and kind of minty at the same time.
Yeah, minty, but the
Yeah,
palate is kind of taking a backseat to the nose for me.
yeah, yeah, a little bit. The nose is awesome. The nose is big and
Yeah,
viscous and heavy. The palate, I agree, it's not quite there.
yeah.
Um, and I think part of it is like it's slightly like acidic and sharp, or maybe that's just the alcohol, and it seems to like cut through the viscosity that you perceive on the nose for me. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I like it. I like it. Sorry.
Tom, sorry, Tom has me curious. He had a bad root beer gummy uh,
Mm.
issue, and there apparently was no THC involved in them.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah, that's right. How is it possible to mess up a root beer gummy? Like what could have happened? I don't get it.
Share with the class.
Yeah. Go ahead and share that, Tom, if you prefer, if you want to.
Yeah.
But let's go on to the 25 while we wait with bated breath.
Yeah, we can't hear him, but we saw your lips moving, so
Yeah. This is
yeah.
almost opposite on the nose. The 25 versus the 21. The 21 was so expressive still, but the nose on this one has
This is like
uh,
raspberry coulis met
ooh.
a maple syrup for
Okay,
me.
that's a good call. I think my nose is just kind of getting burnt out. I'm getting hints of that raspberry though. Still getting a lot of black pepper and some leathery notes.
This has got fruit, like like fruit leather notes for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there on the palate. It's like you're on a fruit leather diet that you just like tossed a Slim Jim in every now and then just to break it up.
Yeah. And you eat like one chocolate chip in between. It's
That's
like a
right. That's
circuit.
right. Yeah, that's right. this is my fucked up diet that I'm on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to do something for my body. I'm not sure what. David probably elucidates this better. He says dark fudge now for me. Yeah, it does even have a bit of that. Andrew always talks about this as walking into like one of the chocolate shops in Banff where you're just like hit by the aroma
Mm-hmm.
to the point where you can almost taste it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I enjoy these old Orkneys as much as I did the first time around, though. I think they need, I don't think they show as well, for me at least, in a lineup as they would on their own, drinking them.
Yeah, I think a lineup is tough.
Yeah,
Um, Slightly unfair because they're all
absolutely.
very good.
Although that 19 still holds up.
Yeah.
Going back to that 19 now, and it's just like sunflower seeds and Melba crackers and delightful.
It's good.
Nice. Tom, I appreciate you running counter to me.
Mhm.
You are probably right in this case.
Oh no, he's definitely right this time.
Yep.
That's what I said, round one.
Good, good. Let's go back to signatory territory so I can be comfortable again. Uh, Starting with the 59 once more, the 14-year-old from 2011. Yeah,
Yeah.
my nose is usually this doesn't happen in tastings, but my nose is getting shot.
You're not getting fun dip powder on this?
No, I
I
should be.
am. And that sugary sticky stick that they put in,
Nice.
the powdery one.
Yeah, I love those things. Like
I
I
know,
could, they should have just like tossed out the powder and just give me a bundle of those sticks, so
right?
I could just eat sugary chalk all day.
You're right. Yeah. Fun dip powder from a cola plant.
Nice.
Kinda.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
palette's still good.
Leather factory. I think that's a great note.
Mhm.
And it is. It's definitely. Mm.
Yeah, even on the nose now, what I'm getting is, and I think my nose is shot, but I'm getting like a touch of latex paint, and like walking into I don't even know if they exist anymore, but like boutique of leathers shops at a mall
I see
with
what you're
all
saying.
that new leather notes coming through.
Yeah.
I'm
But
getting that
mixed
in
with,
grain, but the
but
fruit
it's
is gone.
also mixed with some fake leather.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Pleather.
not all new.
Yeah. New leather and Tana leather protectant. Is Tana the brand or is Tana the lady that protects the leather?
It's interesting. It's quite a bit drier and
Yeah,
yeah, just kind of more straightforward the second round.
it is. Maybe it's relative to age,
Maybe.
these being the youngest ones. Still getting like, especially on the finish, a touch of pineapple coming through and that tanginess.
Yeah.
David, that's pretty astute. It does seem a lot lower ABV wise than the first time through. I think that's maybe what I'm missing here is that boldness that the 57.1% alcohol gave us the first time through. Let's see if the Amontillado cask is holding up better for me. Number 58 now.
Funny, before you move on, or if you haven't, I added water to that just to see if adding water woke it up and made it feel like it had alcohol again. And surprisingly, it did. The flavor became longer with water, but that's weird.
Just kind of jostled everything. Nice.
Kind of. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm
Makes
ready for
sense.
this number 58.
The nose survives a bit better on 58 for me.
Hmm. It's still very tropical for me
Yeah.
and creamy, like yogurt.
Yeah, that yogurt or custard note.
Hmm. We have like a lemon custard croissant that you toasted. And then like the glaze on it is burnt.
Mhm.
Oh, I like the palate. I think that
Yeah.
one holds up. That one holds
The
up.
tanginess sticks around
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah. It's kind of drinks like its age. Like it's like
Yeah.
hyperactive, like
Yeah.
I don't
This'll be my boys at 14 for sure.
know.
Yeah, that pepperiness sticks around. It does have a bit of that jamminess that sticks around.
I feel like the acidity
Hmm.
feels a little bit more spiked this time. Um, and the alcohol seems to have held up as well this time compared to the last, considering they're from the same bottling and same bottling line.
Yeah, I like those both, and I think they hold up for the money. But uh I'm shocked at how little I'm getting this time around.
Hmm.
I think it's just my palate. Last but not least, let's go to the 19-year-old Signatory Cask Strength.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Okay, that I'm still getting some.
Oh, this is nice. Toasted coconut notes on the nose, says Tom. Like for me, it's like
Nice.
coconut and chocolate. It's like a bounty bar.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it does have
that,
that chocolate note. Yeah.
but that's just because all my coconut references are chocolate bar related.
Yep.
Like literally all of them. My parents didn't like coconut when I was growing up, so it wasn't in the food.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have a lot of coconut in food, but shredded coconut is just something that sticks with me.
Cool.
There's this like old sort of Chesterfield note to it. I think I'm going back to my Lazy Boy references on this one. Or even like into like slightly dusty burlap sack note that I'm getting on the nose right now, along with the grain,
Mm-hmm.
and still getting those cedar plank spices as well.
I can see it. Yeah, there's something slightly like sage-like,
Yeah,
cedar-like.
sage is a good call too. Yeah, a little bit of along with the sage, like Italian seasoning that you put on stuff. A little bit of basil, even a touch of oregano spice wise, like oregano oil.
You were naming like coriander and other things, and it's still there, and I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's dry mustard seed, like mustard seed notes for me.
Ooh. That's a
Um,
good call. I absolutely do not like mustard, but that's one of the notes it's like olives for me. Like I- you, I love it as a tasting note. I hate it in real life.
oh yeah. I had a
Yeah.
jar unlabeled dry spice seed in my cupboard, and forever I couldn't remember if it was mustard or celery. And so I would constantly have to keep trying it before I used
Nice. Yeah.
it. It was mustard.
Yeah.
It was never
Do
what it
I
was.
yeah, do I rim my Caesar with this or do I not? I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
It has a label now, just to
Nice.
be clear.
Just meet in the middle for and just like called horseradish or something like that.
Yeah. Right.
Uh, okay, I'm going to load up the poll here. I did not get a third question in this one, sadly. Andrew would be very upset with me. Good thing he's not around. Harmony, do you have a top three, or do you want me to go
Three.
first? You can do two if you want.
I definitely have a top one.
Nice.
Okay. Gabby, no, but Gabby. Sorry. There's a guy working out next door and he keeps dropping the weights on the floor, and she's had enough. My favorite, I think, is the old Orkney Malt 19. I thought that was
Wow.
awesome and it showed really
Nice.
nicely. My second favorite, I think, is going to be the Signatory 100 proof Orkney 14-year number 58. I like that bright
Nice. The Palo
acidity. And
Cortado.
I
Yeah.
did. I really like that Palo
Or
Cortado.
sorry, the
And
Amontillado cask. Pardon
yeah,
me.
whatever it was, I liked it second to the end. And then I think the Old Orkney 21 snuck in there as a top favorite for me. Um, there's something in there that just reminds me of like movie night popcorn candy and like coffee crisps. And it's just kind of a cool, chillin' whiskey that I enjoy. Those are my three.
Nice. Cool. Uh, I have a bit of agreement with you. I am going to take the Signatory Cast Strength Orkney 19 as my favorite. There's there's something about Highland Park, like and probably it's more nostalgia at this point than anything else, but I love Highland Park and sherry, even though I tend to prefer refill and ex-bourbon casks, at least at this point in my life. That tends to be what gets me going whiskey wise. But
Hmm.
that whole signatory cast strength sherry series with the HPs or the Orkney HPs, I've been really impressed with. This one is fantastic. It's a great dram. It's a little bit more light, and but still has the spice notes and those marmalade notes that go with it. It's fantastic.
Hmm.
Absolutely agree with that old Orkney 19 as well. Um, that if it wasn't for the Signatory 19, that would be my favorite. I was super impressed with that the second time around, especially. I think it just got better and better. Um,
Great. And
really
I
cool
would have said
dram.
that, but knowing you were my co-host, I didn't need to pick it because I knew you would.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And the signatory 100 proof 58 just slightly edges out the 59. I think it shows a little bit better the second time around, whereas the 59 got lost in the shuffle for me. Both are fantastic prices. Um, but fantastic lineup. Even the Cask Orkney for
Hmm.
46% alcohol. That's a like just a great sessionable dram. I was
Totally.
really happy with that one. We've got 12 or 13, so I'm just gonna stop the poll and share it now. First favorite of the night. Old no picks for the 19-year-old Cask or Old Orkney. The Old Orkney 21 got one vote. Favorite was the Signatory Cask Strength Orkney HP 19-year-old. So I was right. Thank you for the vindication. And
Thanks, guys.
the
I got to
Old
work with this
Orkney,
man.
I know my head won't even get in the door at Kensington Wine Market tomorrow after this. And the Old Orkney Malt 25-year-old, which I really enjoyed. That the 21 and 25, I just think showed better on their own, or when I hadn't had the rest of them than they did in the lineup. I think they're just you definitely get those whiskeys every now and then where they are better taken individually than as a group.
Yeah.
Second favorite of the night. All over the map on this one, but surprisingly, the Old Orkney 25 ties the Signatory 100 proof Orkney 14-year-old Amontillado cask, the number 58.
Cool.
Uh, Very, very cool. And
Mhm.
everything got a vote overall, except for the 80 Rattray cask Orkney. I truly think that you have to treat that more as a palate cleanser or sort of like a step in
I was gonna
on the
say
tasting.
palate cleanser is a bit too harsh, I think. I
Yes,
think it's beautiful. I think we like the cast strength things that we're
totally.
accustomed to. But if you wanted to introduce somebody to something or to a whiskey or put it in a lineup as a stylistic expression, or here's an example,
Yeah.
um, that's a great whiskey. Like if you want to, I want to give a whiskey and I don't know what they like that's a safe bottle.
Agreed. I think what
Yeah.
it's done for me is now when people say I love Highland Park 15, what do I get? My answer is going to be, well, let me save you some money.
Get it for
And
you in a different bottle. Yeah.
exactly, it doesn't look ceramic, fake ceramic, but the whiskey is just as good, if not better. So here you go.
Yeah.
It is a great sort of like step into, it's not a training wheels whiskey at all, but it's a step into what Highland Park can do when it's not in sherry casks.
Yeah, I
Awesome
agree.
lineup. I know we probably should have talked more about Orkney itself and the unknown aspect of this, but let's be real. These were probably all Highland Park. We should have tossed a Scapa in there, but then that wouldn't have been unknown Orkneys. Harmony, thank you for joining us or joining me on this one. Thank you all for
Thank
joining us
you.
as well. Hope you enjoyed the lineup, and we'll do this again soon. Take
Yeah.
care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Phil, Suzanne, get back to your cruise.